said, "I'll do it later," or "I'll start tomorrow"? We all have. It feels small, harmless. But later is a quiet thief. It steals minutes, hours, whole years, while we aren't looking. Jake Turner never noticed it happening. 16, bright kid, small-town life, big dreams. But comfort was his cage. Every later pushed him further from who he could be, and he didn't even realize it. Until the day he met a man who taught him what time really costs. That day, Jake wandered out of town, earbuds in, backpack half-zipped, head full of noise. Grades were slipping. His mom was disappointed, and deep down, he hated himself for it. He stopped near the old train tracks, the kind that hadn't seen a train in years. Rust, weeds, silence, and there, sitting on a bench, was an old man feeding stray birds with a half-smile. "Skipping school?" the man asked without looking up. Jake froze. "How'd you know?" The old man chuckled. "I've seen that look before. You're running from something you could have handled hours ago." Jake rolled his eyes. "You don't even know me, man." "Maybe not," the man said, "but I know time. And it's not a fan of people who waste it." Jake sat down, half curious, half annoyed. Something about the man's calmness made him stay. "Want to hear a story?" the man asked, tossing another crumb to the birds. Jake sighed. "Sure. Why not?" And that's when the man began a story that would change Jake's life forever. The old man leaned back and said, "Once there was a guy who got the chance of a lifetime. A local billionaire picked him to work one day at his estate from sunrise to sunset. He could take anything he wanted. Cars, cash, gold, whatever he could carry would be his." Jake raised an eyebrow. "Sounds like a scam," the man smiled. He thought so too, so he took his time. Slept in, had breakfast, watched TV. He figured, "I've got all day." The man's voice softened. But when he finally showed up, the gates were closed, sun had set. The chance was gone. Jake frowned. "So he missed it?" "Worse," the man said quietly. He realized he'd done that every single day of his life. For a moment, neither spoke. The birds fluttered away. Somewhere, a clock chimed from town, and Jake felt something heavy sink inside him. That story hit Jake harder than any lecture ever could. He didn't say much, just stared at the ground, feeling the weight of it. The old man stood to leave. "Remember, kid, every sunrise is your invitation. Don't sleep through it." After that day, something in Jake shifted. He started doing the small things right. Got up early. Finished work on time. Stopped saying later. His grades climbed. His mom smiled again, and for the first time, Jake felt proud of himself. But deep down, he still wondered. Who was that man? No one in town seemed to know him. It was like he'd vanished with the wind. Years passed. Jake grew up, built a good life, the kind he once only talked about. Busy days, bright mornings, always on the move. One afternoon, he saw a kid sitting alone by those same old train tracks, phone in hand, backpack open, books untouched. Jake smiled. He knew that look. "Hey, kid," he said. "Skipping school?" The boy shrugged. "I'll study later." Jake froze. The words hit like thunder. For a second, he saw himself. Same excuses, same blind confidence. He sat beside the boy and said softly, "Let me tell you a story about a man who thought he had all day. We all think we have more time, more chances, more tomorrows, but time doesn't wait. It just moves quietly, taking with it the chances we thought we'd get back." Jake learned that once. Now, he passes it on, because every moment you waste is a treasure you'll never reopen. So whatever you've been putting off, start it today, not later, not tomorrow, today. And if this story reminded you of someone who keeps saying, "I'll do it later," share it with them. Because sometimes One story is all it takes to wake a person up.